Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dangle podcast. We are filming again. We're excited to be back. Lots to discuss.
Consistency.
Yeah, consistency is key. Lots to discuss. Today, we are going to be talking about the bombshell that was Jurgen Klopp leaving Liverpool. As you can see, very excited. Not so excited. Let's go. Right. So, Glenn, first of all, what's happening here?
Okay, so this is my prized possession from
So not
Anfield.
your child or wife? Or...
No. Secondary things. Material things are what's really important. This is my 30th gift from my wife, which is a picture of my brother and I going to Anfield, and then we are basically what they've done is they've done a little collage of pictures of fans, and they've made a wall of champions.
I've just realized what this is. It was when you guys were undergoing financial trouble, and this is a way of raising funds. I think like schools do this.
Yeah, from this we've created a new training centre and signed a couple of signings.
I know schools, when they want to build an Astro, they sell bricks. So Liverpool have adopted the same.
This is my prized position. This shows that I'm literally financially invested.
So you are, for those of you that don't know, you're a born and bred, because your dad was a Liverpool fan.
I'm second generation Liverpool fan. I am it. It is life.
Okay. So in saying that, let's talk about the bombshell that was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So start us off. What do you think? What are your initial thoughts?
Initial thoughts were absolute shock. I almost felt like I had been broken up with. Like there was actual heartbreak. I was in a bad mood for the rest of the day. Just didn't want to talk to people.
Were you also confused?
Only Liverpool fans.
Were you?
It doesn't make sense, Dane.
Okay.
He needs a rest. He's living the best life in the world, coaching, in my opinion, the best team in England.
Yeah.
Where do you go? But fair. I love the man and I respect the man. I was not happy. That's basically it. It is not a good thing for Liverpool Football Club.
I think the thing that was interesting for me, there was no, like, normally with big news there's like a rumor.
Yeah.
Like something's going to happen.
He blindsided us.
Yeah.
So on the one hand, I'm grateful because he's given us a half a season to say, like, okay, we need another guy.
I'm going to stop you right there. Half a season to sign Xabi Alonso.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I was going to say we were going to talk about that, but yes.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Okay.
But he's given us half a season to prepare. And on the other hand, he's also created a squad which is young enough and hopefully with any manager could go on and do something and compete. I just don't want to happen what happened to Man United. I don't want it to happen. And I'm not saying for a second Jurgen Klopp is Sir Alex Ferguson. I'm not saying that for a second. Sir Alex Ferguson in English football is a GOAT. In my opinion,
world football.
He's in the Premier League, in world club football, he's the GOAT of being a manager. And I'm not comparing them, but his impact on United and Jurgen Klopp's impact on Liverpool and being there for 9 seasons has been
as significant. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that nowadays you might even say that in the modern era, 9 years is equivalent to sort of 20-ish years from when Ferguson took over, because the demands are much greater now.
They are, and
I would say
the
that.
amount of games and things like that. But
and the social media scrutiny. It's a lot more intense than it was.
It is taxing. Yeah. No, I do. I just naturally, my concern is watching what happened with you guys. That from 2013 to 2023, now 2024, we haven't seen.
That's
much.
not what we're discussing on this video. Let's let's stick to core business here.
But naturally, a concern is that we're going to have a drop off, and I think it's natural, but you just want to try and minimize the damage.
Okay, so the question is then, are you, like, how concerned are you about the next, honestly now? Because yes, I agree with you that you guys have got a pretty decent team, but how much of the success that you've had is down to just the fact that and everyone agrees to this, accepts this, that Jurgen Klopp has been in my opinion, the best manager in Europe for the last, like, pretty much since he joined. 5 to 7 years. Yeah. And I say this, and I was thinking about this today, better than Guardiola, because when Guardiola came to City, they were financially stable and they were already on the up. So he took over a ship that was going in the right direction. Yeah. Klopp took over a sinking ship. I say to you, John Joe Shelby.
Yeah.
And I say to you, Jay Spearing. Yeah. And I say to you, Lucas Lavia.
Yeah.
And I give those names. And Jurgen Klopp came in, and then he turned that ship around. And yes, there were other factors, but he was a massive part in the success that you guys have had. Wow. So now the question is, can even Xabi Alonso, who's doing so well at Leverkusen, which is not the same level as English football, do you think that Liverpool can continue to go from strength to strength in the next 5 to 6 years?
Well, in football, and I hate bringing it back to United, but guarantees are nothing. There's no guarantees. There is no guarantees.
Next season, you could have ended 10th with Klopp.
Well, last season we were shambles.
Yeah,
with
that's
Klopp.
true.
So it is a very, very, very big worry. As you said, Xabi Alonso being the main candidate for the job, they've analysed his footballing style and his managerial style, and it's more Pep-like than it is Jurgen Klopp-like. So has Jurgen Klopp set up a team?
It's not boom.
It's not boom. It's not wow.
It's pass.
Exactly.
Then maybe
so,
wow.
Are we going to find something in between? Is he going to want to come? I would love to have Xabi Alonso there. I don't know who else in Europe right now is better. I don't want a Mourinho. I don't want a Zidane.
You don't want Zidane? You
No.
wouldn't want...
No.
Proven
I want
winner.
somebody that's got luck, that's got heart, that's got...
So, if honestly, you don't want Zidane.
I'd rather have Xabi Alonso than Zidane.
Is it because he's a known entity? Because he's
Yeah,
played for... Does it help?
I think he understands the club and what's important to the fans and what's not important.
Okay. It helps because he's played for the club, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's a bombshell. And do we know what Liverpool are going to look like next season? We know what the squad's going to look like for the most part. But players like Salah might leave almost definitely now because Klopp's gone.
Yeah.
I think some of the players, big name players, stay because they want to work with Klopp.
Yeah.
And he's infectious, man. He's everything about him. Like
that's a good word. Actually, that's a good word.
He's you
can't hate the guy. Although I do, because he's the Liverpool manager.
Yeah.
I even have a tons of respect for him because he's just like, you can see he's someone that you would want to work for.
Yes,
like
he's a man that you would put on a shield for and go to war for because he speaks, you listen. That's just how it works.
It does seem that way. Yeah. What about his second in charge? What's his name? Pep Linders.
Yeah, but the problem now is Pep Linders is also leaving. The whole coaching staff is leaving.
I did read that he wants to now step into management. It's a big risk taking. It'll be the first time he's managing on his own.
Not at Liverpool.
So
it just can't.
Too big of a risk.
Yeah, and you can't have. That's like ordering flipping Klopp off Wish. You can't have watered down.
But
Klopp.
you did that already with Endo, and it seems to be working out. So maybe that's how you guys are going to do business.
It's just a concern. Like Liverpool fans, please comment. Like, let us know. Comment on our videos. Tell us, what do you think? Who do you think's next in line? I'm scared. He's licking his lips, thinking, "Oh, the downfall is coming."
I don't think it's going to be as significant as the downfall of United after Ferguson. But I would say that from a United fan, it's good because it just creates like unease in your club, which you haven't had for so long. And I think that can be the sort of you don't like want to wish ill on, but I also don't want you guys to have
wish ill on Liverpool.
I want you to go through a time of like a difficult period where, and at the same time, I feel like touch all types of wood. And see, that's slate, but I'll touch it. We seem to maybe be finding our feet with Ineos coming in and a new sporting director and getting sort of our ducks in a row. At the same time as that, are you guys going to... Because I've said this before, traditionally in English football, I don't remember a time where Liverpool and United have been at the peak of their power.
Yeah.
So
at least in form.
Yeah.
At least in good form.
Yeah. So, but I want to read a stat to you, which I know you know, and this is for me the biggest concern if you're a Liverpool fan, is the following stat. So, net spend on transfers since 2016/17. This is when
2016.
Yeah.
I don't know this. I don't know.
Okay, so the net spend for those of you that don't.
8 years.
So obviously they take the amount they make on players, selling players, versus the amount they spend on players, and then the difference is the net spend, right? Okay. So Man City's net spend £527 million. Man United's net spend £432 million in second.
Okay.
This is in Europe.
Yeah.
In
Europe.
Yes. Barcelona 326 million. Then fourth, Juventus, 178 million.
There's a massive jump there.
Real Madrid, 110 million. I'm not sure. I might have to check my sources. What's his name? Florentine, just cooking the books there. And then Liverpool sixth was 75 million, your net spend.
Net spend. I think we sold Coutinho for more than 75 million.
Okay, so here's my thing about this, right? So now this is my concern for Liverpool
fans. That makes me more worried.
So what Klopp has done is that he has consistently bought in players, like cut price players, and he has made them into...
Well, you can write Andy Robertson, Virgil van Dijk. Trent was free. Mo Salah was on a cheap from I think it was Roma. Roma at the time.
What about
Sadio Mane was cheap.
What about, I think, for me, like Klopp's almost best signing, and this is going to be a bit controversial, I think Jordan Henderson from Sunderland when he was a youngster. But he didn't sign him. No, he didn't sign him. No, he didn't sign him. But I will say
That's extremely
that
controversial.
So he didn't sign him, fair enough. But Klopp, he
Turned
became
him
captain under Klopp. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah.
And he was the go-to player.
Yeah.
And Jordan Henderson under Klopp was fantastic. So when he left, that was also a big shock.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so the question is then, can the new manager come in, right? And we all know that you don't have unlimited funds. Can the new manager come in? Can he buy players for cheap and make them better, and then keep the standards of Liverpool where they are at? Considering, remember, City are still going to be buying players like they've been doing. United are going to keep buying players. Chelsea are going to buy anyone and everyone. I actually received an email this week.
You're not on their books already?
No.
I'm on their books. I'm
they
doing a podcast for them,
After watching Ben Chilwell play a few weeks ago, I was not surprised that they sent you a mail.
Sherbet.
Hi Glenn, it's Poch here. Sherbet, Ben Chilwell.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. So listen,
that's a big one.
Teams are going to keep getting better, and we need somebody that's going to do what Xabi Alonso has done with Leverkusen, again with Liverpool.
I will admit that I'm interested now in Leverkusen because of what he's doing. I've gone to see their squad. I know zero of their players.
Well,
there's no like big names in their team. So in that sense, I think that maybe he has taken a team of sort of not nobodies, they're obviously professional footballers, but he's made them now on the way to win the Bundesliga. Shame, R.I.P. Harry Kane. So is that maybe why the attraction is to go with him, because of the fact that he's been doing this with Leverkusen?
I don't see why not. I think he's the next best thing.
So if you don't get Alonso, let's say he decides to stay at Leverkusen, whatever, he's still building his reputation. Liverpool is too big of a job, which I would understand. Who do you get? Who's there out there at the moment?
I don't know. I wasn't shopping for managers, Dane. I was shopping for CDMs.
Checkers 60-60.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm worried about bread for the week. I'm not worried about managers. You're giving me other headaches here.
You're shopping for CD. You know, the thing I was thinking about now is that for me, the first time where a manager in a long time has left a club almost like at the peak of his power.
Yeah.
So normally managers leave, they get sacked. So there's no like farewell because they manage a game and then next day they've been fired.
Yeah.
Or like Ferguson, we sort of knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But Klopp is leaving and he's not old. Like Ferguson was going to retire because he was getting old.
Yeah.
Klopp is not old. And he's going to leave at almost the peak of his power. So it's going to be very interesting the atmosphere on the last home game of the season for Klopp will be something else.
Yeah, it'll be tough.
Yeah.
But like you said, Sir Alex Ferguson, I refer back to the GOAT of English managerial football, or club world football, he's the only manager to do that properly. You look at Wenger, longer serving, but for the last 5 years of his reign,
they wanted him out.
Just Wenger out. So you stay too long, you become the villain. You want to leave as a hero.
Yeah.
So in that way, I respect Jurgen Klopp for saying, listen, I've done all I can. I don't want to half-ass the job for the next 5 years. So let somebody that's...
Not only has he done all he can, he's won everything. He's won everything.
He's won one of everything.
So people have been saying, in this time he's only won one league. But if you think of... I'm sorry, I will say that I'll defend him here and say, listen, this man's come into a club in dire straits.
Yeah.
And he's helped you. He's turned the ship around completely.
Yeah.
And you've turned into like... I remember there was a time a few years ago where Liverpool were playing like the most... It was Mane, Salah, and Firmino.
Yeah.
Those three up front. It was a joke. Watching them play up front together was an absolute joke.
The original rock and roll football that he bought. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And for the rest of the season, we will reminisce at what is Klopp and what he's done to the club. And
I would like to end off by saying thank you for leaving, Jurgen. we are grateful, and all the best for retirement. What does he do now? What does this man do?
He's going to come back. He'll do something.
He said he won't manage an English team because he'll have to manage against Liverpool. Surely the German national team?
It seems the most likely. Take a year off and then after the Euros, then take them on.
Or come to United. Like there will be a.
Never happened.
There will be a.
Would you have Klopp at United?
Absolutely.
Would you take him?
Absolutely.
Sure. Wow.
Why not? He'll do exactly the same thing as he did at Liverpool.
Or maybe he'll sabotage.
Or he'll sabotage the hell out of us.
But thanks, guys. Thanks for listening to the episode. Let us know again. Klopp out. Is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down for you? Are you heartbroken or is your day made? We'll catch you at the next one.